For the first time ever, the Long Game heads across the Atlantic to hold its first ever European event, taking place in Arnhem, Holland. With only 3 stops left to go before the World Finals, the mad dash for the top 16 in points has begun, with Trevor Amos still holding a healthy lead above the rest. In this special highlight episode, we'll look at both racing, freestyle, and some entertaining side acts to make this an action-packed episode of the Long Game. Who will wind up on top this time when it's all said and done? Find out next on the Long Game.
Who is ready to start Monster Jam right now? Holy Alright! Who's ready for Monster Jam?
Welcome back to the Long Game, and we are here for the very first time across the pond, as they say, in Arnhem, Holland, and it's an incredible event here. We're going to show you highlights of both racing and freestyle, and for the first time this season, 3 commentators here. I'm Jack, along with Adrian and Jax, making his debut here in the Long Game. What do you guys think here? This is going to be a great show.
Yeah, these drivers have a really tight St. Louis-style racing track. You got really tight turns, really close to the walls, so I'm interested to see the racing that happens here today.
I'm also very interested in seeing the racing today. It's a very interesting track, like Adrian said, very, very tight. Got some big freestyle obstacles here as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers adapt here in freestyle as well. Should be an entertaining show.
And we look at our field of trucks here. We have Magnus Birkeland not too far away for the first time in Instigator, coming out of Norway. And Turan Fuller making his return in Mastermind out of Chicago, Illinois. We'll see how he can do here. As well as Adrian Cooper making his return in Air Force Afterburner out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And coming from north of the border, it's Jaden Green driving Medusa. And out of Rock Island, Illinois, driving for Travis Pastrana, it's Austin Dahlgren. And coming from the Big Apple, it's Chris Pervolarakis driving Bounty Hunter.
Out of Dallas, Georgia, longtime veteran Chadwick Deerfoot will be here in the Swamp Thing. Alex Perillo, the Virginian, out of Chesapeake, Virginia, will be driving Team Suzuki here today. And Miami's freestyle winner Aaron Lurie is here in the Iron Outlaw.
Chris Bialik hoping to have a good show here in Total Chaos, also out of Chicago, Illinois, just like Turan Fuller. And Tyler May, a great racer. He wants to win big here in Taz out of Auburn, Washington. Trevor Michaelesco, another hopeful here, wants to get to the World Finals. He's in El Toro Loco, also out of Chicago.
And coming from Phoenix, Arizona, it's driving for America, it's Vincent Ackert, an American Guardian. And driving from Cincinnati, Ohio, it's Tyler Richmond driving for the Team Men's Camp in High Roller. And driving the black and green wrecking machine out of Accokeek, Maryland, it's Danny Walker in Gravedigger.
And your points leader for most of this season is Trevor Amos in the Linux Obsession. And you see, we're starting here on round 2. A lot of very, very surprising wins here. Medusa and Instigator are going to be our first race here. Tad and Team Suzuki would expect, both very strong racers. They're starting off in the second round. You see Total Chaos and Iron Outlaw. Iron Outlaw, one of the closest races this entire season, goes to him and American Guardian and Obsession. So really the right half of this bracket is very, it makes a lot of sense. But this first race here, I mean, congratulations to these two. Not to throw them down or anything, but Jaden Green and Medusa taking on Magnus Birkeland and Instigator. I mean, they don't usually make it out of the first round, so it's good to see them here.
Yeah, as the season starts running thin, you got a lot of these driver hopefuls really looking to make their presence felt to try and get into Las Vegas. And entering the final turn here, slight lead to Jaden Green, and he's going to win the race by about a truck length over Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus went a little too wide in that turn. Gave it to Jaden Green, but I mean, this course is very, very fast. These turns are critical here. These straightaways, kind of like in Indianapolis, they're not very wide. You got to be really, really precise. And with these kinds of turns, they're very sharp.
Jaden took a great turn there, just basically traced it across the turn. That's exactly how you're going to win on this track. Next up, Tyler May versus Alex Ferrullo here. Tyler getting him off the line there. He's got a lot of experience, had a lot of success, mainly in racing.
Look at Perillo in the corner, though. He's coming back.
Well, look at this. Oh, what a comeback for Taz. What a comeback for... Oh, Suzuki's going over.
Suzuki into the
right
barrier.
In the barricades.
Ouch.
But look at these turns. I mean, this is threading the needle. Alex, I mean, somehow that first turn was as close as it was, and Taz managed to make an even better turn second time around. But, man, what a win there for Tyler May.
Now we got your freestyle winner from last time out, Aaron Lurie and Iron Outlaw, looking to make it another racing win versus Chris Bialik, who absolutely drills him off the line in Total Chaos.
Lur's already behind, but Lur's a great racer. Let's see what he can do here against Chris Bialik. He's closing already. Final corner right here. They both take it tight. Bialik has the exit speed.
Oh, man.
Wow, what a race! I think Total Chaos might have gotten him right there.
I think that was Total Chaos, too. Let's take a look at the replay here. I was about to say, Aaron Lurie, that's it. Yeah, Total Chaos gets the win here.
Wow.
Aaron Lurie has one of the closest races of this season from Indianapolis against this man, Trevor Amos, in Obsession. He lost both of those races, but we'll see what Vincent Acker can do.
Yeah, Vincent's shooting the flames there in American Guardian. Trevor leaves him sitting at the line. That's both a testament to Trevor being an ace at the line and Vinny just kind of having to sleep there at the line. And Trevor's got a big lead entering the final turn.
Goes a little wide in the corner.
It looks like Trevor's going to win it once again here in Arnhem. Oh, man.
Oh, he's hit. They're both in the wall.
Yeah, those barriers are working overtime here.
Give a lot of credit to Vinny there. Despite being beat at the line, he did make up a good amount of ground, but it's not enough to get the win from Trevor Amos. Trevor's going to take the win.
As we see, here's our semifinal bracket here. Medusa taking on Taz, so congratulations to Jaden Green for making it this far. And Total Chaos versus Obsession. We've seen that race before. So, I mean, it's kind of what we would expect here with this final bracket here. But, hey, it's not just monster trucks here in Arnhem. They always bring the pain here. And if you remember Democross racing, the exact same thing here with banger racing, as they call it here in Europe. The rules are the same. You follow the course, 3 laps, and the first across the finish line wins. So, just like in America, they take a bunch of old beat-up cars and they run them into the ground here. You see, I mean, these guys are just trading paint the entire way. And this first turning pole here already claims a lot of people in a lot of these races.
Yeah, a lot of races are won and lost there in the slalom in that area on this oval track, and you already notice trucks getting stuck in that corner there. Drivers banging and beating each other down the straightaways. Really tough racing here.
It's like got a Nomad spinning out over at that FMX hill.
Yeah, the Ford Scorpio picks up the victory in this first heat, as well as the Toyota Supra finishing second. Half of this race couldn't even finish in time. We got the Granada finishing third.
The Nomad wiping out again. Getting ready for heat 2 right here. And they're off.
Yeah, this is as you can see,
Oh.
that pole 3-car pileup right away on the first turn. And the Supra was out for most of the race.
They're still stuck.
Yeah, that pole is claiming a ton of victims. Drivers kind of struggling to get through it, but everybody's kind of still in this race. First race, a lot of drivers were getting used to the track. Now that they're used to the track, a lot of drivers throwing down fast laps and makes for much tighter racing.
So the Ford Scorpio wins 2 races in a row here, going into our final race, which would be the third heat. So that'll be showing up later on in this event after our championship race. But here we have the semifinal round here. Tyler May going up against Jaden Green here. And how about a slight lead to Jaden Green?
Yeah, Jaden Green, he's never made it this far before, so let's see if the moment is a little too big for Jaden. I mean, he's racing a legend of the game in Tyler May, so we'll see how
He's
that
right there
works
with
out.
Taz into the final corner.
Uh-oh.
Look at Taz in that final corner, and that's going to give him the win. Jaden Green gave Molly wanted throughout that entire run, though. Give props to Jaden Green and Medusa.
Absolutely. I mean, look, you look at this turn here. I think just a little bit too much sliding for Jaden Green. Tyler able to kind of get straightened out sooner. He's really, in these last 2 races, shown that putting the foot to the floor is his key to winning these races.
Here's the familiar matchup.
Next up, 2 bitter rivals on the track, but best friends off it. It's Trevor Amos and Linex Obsession versus Chris Bialik, and these 2 want nothing more than to beat each other.
Trevor gone off the line right there. Total Chaos watching a little bit out there, almost in the dumpsters it looks like. Trevor is opening up on him in the final corner. Great corner from both of them, but it's going to be Trevor Amos and Linex Obsession taking the win over Chris Bialik, Total Chaos, and they're both wiping out.
That wreck there just shows how much both drivers wanted it there. Both drivers giving it all they want across the line, and story of the season, Trevor Amos is back in the finals.
Yeah, no surprise there. I mean, I was saying these 2 are like a mirror image. Look at this synchronized cartwheeling here at the very end of the race. You couldn't plan that if you wanted to. It's an incredible job here these guys do. And now we have our final matchup ready to go. We have Taz going up against Obsession. That's a matchup we've seen before. I mean, I can't imagine how it's going to go. Trevor Amos has not been beaten in a race clean since Phoenix. His enemy has been that starting light. The only thing that's beaten him since then. So we'll see if this is the night where he loses.
Danny even off the start. Trevor on the ground first, though.
Trevor
it's
making it
tough.
all up in the
They're
turn.
dead
Very good
even.
tight turn there.
This is going to come down to the final corner. This is what's going to be the deciding factor.
Oh, man.
Coming for home.
Whoa!
I couldn't call that.
Oh,
Trevor wiping out again. He's in the
going over.
dumpsters. What a race. I think Line X Obsession might have gotten
Oh,
him. I
barely.
can't call that.
That's
Wow.
by one tread.
The
One
final call's
tread.
Obsession. What a race.
If he had shaved those tires down anymore, he would have lost. That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
20 years of experience between those two guys, and it made for an amazing race right there.
Absolutely. I mean, you take a look at this bracket here. A lot of surprises, but Trevor Amos, I mean, he's still earning that spot at the very top of the points leaderboard. And, hey, I mean, at some point, someone's going to have to knock him off. We'll see who's going to be the one to do it. But now we see an uncut, living color, as they say, the final Banger Racing race of this event here. One car, the Granada, left at the line for some reason.
Might have lost power right there.
Possible, as the Nomad's being dragged along by the Granada estate. Wolseley's in the lead with the Scorpio not very far behind.
And the Nomad's wiping out again.
It's amazing how these cars even hold together by the end of these races, but they build them differently over here, I guess.
Yep.
Drivers trading paint throughout the straightaway, but the leaders have kind of emerged as these clean racers, just getting laps under their belts, and they're not really colliding as much. So we'll see if or one of these three drivers is able to win the race here.
Scorpio did win the first two heats. Let's see if Scorpio can close it up here in the finals, one that really counts. Got a bit of a pileup over there at the start line.
Supra's having some trouble here. The Wolseley now dragging the Supra along. And the Nomad is looking really worse for wear here. Uh-oh.
And big pileup.
I think the Wolseley might be out of it here. Now the estate makes the lead.
Just
This is entertainment.
all it takes is a lap car to collect you, and the tune of this race can be sung completely differently. We're seeing that here with drivers grabbing onto each other, not letting go, and it makes for a lot of lead changes and these tight straightaways here where races are really won and lost.
We've got one more lap left here. The estate is in the lead with the Supra trying to get that first ever win.
The estate is pulling away, though.
He really is. The Scorpio is not going to be able to make... I mean, unless there's a catastrophic failure here at the starting line, it's going to be the estate picking up the victory here in our final race here in Arnhem.
And the estate's going to win it.
So the Scorpio is starting out with the commanding lead, but it's going to be the estate taking home the final race, the one that matters the most.
And it's a battle for third place is what it looks like. The Granada managed to get it. And the estate celebrates with a huge crash.
What better way to celebrate?
That's how you do it. But, as we say, racing and freestyle all in one package here in Arnhem. We have this track decorated for freestyle. We have a camper, as they call it, a caravan, over here in this part of the world. And start out freestyle was Magnus Berkwood, an instigator. He usually starts off, and he really gave these guys a lot to work with here. I mean, cutting this track every single which way is sort of his MO.
And this is the closest thing he's going to be able to see as a hometown show. And he's doing what he's able to do here, getting a nice score of 21 to start off the field.
Here comes Chris Bialik in total chaos out of the Brian Bartle camp. Nice lap wheel as you expect from those trucks. Big cross thread over that bus stack. Big sky wheelie as well.
What can you say about Chris Bialik? One of the most technical drivers in the game.
And how about this for an ending? You won't see a better ending than that. Him parking it on the nose. And speaking of noses, and tongues, I guess, and ears, Monster Mutts out here. Turon Fuller really turned the heat up in
Huge air.
freestyle.
Yeah, Taron driving one of the fan favorites, and he's proving why right here. With a great save off of that racing lane, too.
There you go.
Lots and lots of air here, and not a very good way to end it. Completely licks the wall. But he gets 22.
Here's Chris Pervolarakis. He's got a freestyle win under his belt, looking to make it another one here in Europe, driving Bounty Hunter. He's had some great air. That's really what he's known for. His MO is usually momentum and air, but he's got a nice little technical hit there, getting up on two wheels, and it's going to be a 21.
Not enough to get the lead. The lead is still at 23. Chadwick Deerfoot really struggled last time in Miami.
You know, Chadwick, one of the elder statesmen of the community in Swamp Thing. And this truck usually being fielded out of Europe, Chadwick's really having a good run here. It's going to be a 23 for
That'll
Chadwick.
tie the lead.
Alex Frullo, who's always struggled in freestyle, wants to come out here and not wreck the truck, but we'll see what happens.
Alex is the type of guy, he's going to throw down no matter what, and whether it bites him or not is remain to be seen. And he gets the barrel roll there, but that's going to be it with a 13.
Yeah, it's going to be it.
Here's your freestyle winner. Last time out, Aaron Lurie driving Iron Outlaw. He's proving why with great air there, but
oh man!
He gets the barrel roll.
He saves it. He's always been spectacular. The question is, can he get the win here? And I don't know if he can. He's got to really pull a rabbit.
Great slap wheelie. Oh man! Kind of tail whipping it over that FMX hill. That's a hard hit, and that's going to be it. Not enough for the lead with a 17.
One too many there. But now we go to real time here. Tyler Richmond, who won freestyle in Toronto, usually a great racer. It was missed at the last episode. Now he's here in Arnhem, and it looks like he's run out of hubcaps this season.
It does look like he's run out of hubcaps, just running those standard gray rims. Doesn't seem to be affecting his performance at all, going right after that bus stack. A lot of floor speed throughout this run so far, going for that racing lane. Big air over that. Big distance there, I should say.
The way these Team Men's trucks are set up, you know, he's able to really glide across the jumps with these shock setups and the way these trucks run, and you're really seeing that in his run. He's keeping great momentum by just skimming across these jumps, getting some nice air, kind of nice transition pieces in between, but he's going to smack the wall, and that's going to be an RII. We'll see if they let him refire.
They probably will, because Turon had a much harder hit hitting that wall there. And I mean, they probably at the beginning of the show, they go, hey, look at this pretty wall here. It's nice and shiny, no scratches. Let's keep it that way. And I guess that's one too many here in the Arnhem Gerald Dome.
Yeah, and they let him keep going. He takes a lick and he keeps on ticking here. He's having a great run so far. About a minute left in his run, looking to close out strong.
Big air over that RV. Pulls a slap wheelie out of it. Wow.
A slap wheelie and a front engine truck.
He gets that great combo of that FMX ramp.
Keeping up a lot of floor speed. Still didn't look like that RII hurt him too badly with the momentum. Whipping it around here. Nice donut.
Oh my goodness. We're going to rip through the Cape Cradle right there. One of the things I've heard him in the past is trying to land sideways one too many times. It kind of kicks him over on the rebound. But it looks like he's going to fill the time here doing that same strategy.
He's going to cross-thread the bus, and that's kind of a daring move, because if you hit it the wrong way, that bus can really send you for a loop. But he's able to conquer it there.
Clock ticking down right here. This is the last hit that'll count.
Whoa.
Great run.
There we go.
Got a little while to end there. He's going to reverse it over the bus.
That's the last move it's going to count, too. We'll see where the judges go here. I smell a lead, but you never know.
That was a fantastic run. The momentum did kind of stop a little bit when he got RI'd for hitting the wall, but it didn't seem to affect him much because he got right back into it after that.
Yep, here's that little tail whip that got him, looks like, into the wall there. Yes, it is. That's the wall. Hello. Cross-threading the bus right there, or I guess hitting it more angled. Nice distance air over that.
And it's going to be the lead. It's going to be a 24.
24 for High Roller. He moves into first place, but here's someone who wants to knock him off, the reigning freestyle champion of the world. Finally had his comeback run last time in Miami, and he's starting up strong right now.
Driving the black and green wrecking machine, you know he's got to make it up to all these Gravedigger fans. He's been struggling. He hasn't been able to get these runs that he's wanted this season. But here in Arnhem, he's going to really try to get the win here.
You got some huge air off that bus. Going right for that camper. This truck just looks like it is set up for huge air.
It's quite a wild one, and Danny's really had a tough time dealing with it because he's used to driving a truck that's more like High Roller, a front engine truck, kind of woman inspired. But I mean, he doubled down the first event of the season, so we can't say it's all the truck.
And Danny just taking the wheelie all the way to the camper. You know, the fans love to see that camper get hit. You send pieces of the camper across the stadium, and he's going to reverse over it.
That was nice.
Really risky move there because that camper could have bit him, but no problem for Danny Walker. He's a conqueror.
Whoa, man!
Great air.
Oh, man.
That truck is set up for huge air, I can tell.
I think we see another classic out of Danny Walker here. No need to worry about that.
Side slapping it right there. Pulls out of it.
Oh, he's doing it
corner.
again?
He's going for it again, it looks like.
Whoa.
Huge air.
You know, I suppose in effort to save momentum, a lot of these guys would rather connect a reverse move in there rather than just backing up. Because, you know, the judges, they don't like to see you when you back up. So Danny taking full advantage of that by just reversing into the ramp.
Oh, man.
He's going to get him again. He's going to save it, but that's going to be the end of the run easily.
That was a great run for what was there. No breaks in the momentum like what we saw out of Richmond and High Roller. Had a few more wheelies in there. Bigger air. I don't know if it's going to be enough for the lead, though. I don't think the momentum was quite on par with what we saw out of High Roller. Look
This
at that
hit right
cross
here was
thread.
phenomenal. Easily the
That's-
biggest air we've seen all night. We saw it hit just like it from Chadwick, except I would say Danny got much higher, and it's going to translate to the lead. A 27 for Danny and Gravedigger, doing exactly what he wanted to here with this Arnhem track.
That's what Danny wanted to see. He wanted to see his name at the top of the leaderboard. He was used to it for a while there, and now he's finally got this truck under control. He is top 8 in points. Here's someone who wants to be top 8 in points. That's Trevor Michaelesco and El Toro Loco.
Yeah, Trevor's been a little impatient in some stops, going over in Tampa Racing.
Oh, no!
Oh,
gonna break
And
it back.
he's going to do it again.
Now that might have been softer than. Oh, he's going back. That was softer than Team Suzuki. He landed on the wheels for the most part, so they're gonna let him keep going.
Yep, Trevor barrel rolling, getting right back into the action, though, with this car hit here.
Huge air.
That guy definitely amped Trevor up because he's had an issue with kind of rolling over a little bit too early in the season. We'll see what he can do here in Arnhem. I mean, now the door is wide open for him to take that lead.
Yeah, going for the back of the camper here. It's going to
Oh.
sky
Oh, man!
Oh, when he saves
Hard
it.
on the back. Brings it back.
I thought that was done for.
Yeah, Trevor keeping it under control. Sometimes maybe staying off the throttle is the solution, because him not getting into the throttle, not doing anything too risky there was what brought that truck back onto the wheels, and he's
That's
cross-threading
something
the
new.
track.
Cross-thread the track. Oh, he's going over.
Oh, man.
And he'll bring it back again. Looks like they are at him one more time, though. They're going to let him continue one more time.
That was more of a precautionary RAI. They just wanted to see if the truck
Definitely.
was okay, if the cage was compromised, and clearly he was fine with that awesome front roll.
I just think we smell a new leader. If he can fill the time, he's got the lead. The question is, can he end big?
In the wall there.
Yeah, he's going to lightly graze. It shouldn't affect him too much. And, you know, Trevor's had a frustrating season, but if he can close it out with runs like this, he might be living high and happy after this event here.
Yeah, he's been at a pretty high level, but he does want to get a win. So, I mean, if he can get one here, I think it'll be with this run.
Definitely. This has been a great run so far. The momentum's taken a few dips because of those two RIs, but the air has been awesome, and that's going to be time. Definitely a contender for the lead. And I think more wow factors than what we saw out of Gravedigger.
Whoa!
Whoa, man, tail whipping it over
How
the
about
bus, brings it back.
That's how you end a freestyle run here in Arnhem, and judges can only go up. I mean, I would assume so. He got that. I mean, this move here, this is what put Alex Frullo away, but he had a softer landing. Alex was just all cage, even though they both ended up on all four wheels. And this front roll here, I mean, this is acrobatics in a monster truck.
You know, as the show progresses in Arnhem, these drivers are really selling everything but the kitchen sink here to try to throw down an awesome performance. And you see it with moves like this awesome tail
29.
spin.
Wow.
And he's only 1 point short of a perfect score, and I honestly agree. That run was fantastic.
We have Adrian Cooper coming out here. The last time we saw him, he did not get a 29, so hey, I mean, there's only 1 point to work with here. That's hard for anybody.
Definitely, but anybody can take that perfect 30, get that freestyle win away from El Toro Loco. It's this guy. Adrian's a fantastic freestyler. Kind of get the truck to set into the floor there. Whipping it around huge over that FMX jump.
He's one of those guys that prioritizes momentum over anything else. He'd rather maybe sacrifice a little bit of air just to keep that truck moving at all times. And, you know, you want to be able to get the most hits you possibly can on a freestyle track.
Definitely nosing over a little bit right there. Grabs a great slap wheelie out of
Nice,
that. Gets the set down right before the wall. Smart move right there.
Question is, I mean, with these incredible runs, you know, back to back to back, I mean, how is someone going to maybe able to measure up? It doesn't matter who you are.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, kind of cross-threading the side of that FMX ramp there, getting some nice distance air off of it.
Look out, nice. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, man, on two wheels right there. Pulled
That
the back
could've
from
been
that
bad.
RV right there.
Very wise move. You kind of hit the brakes so the truck kind of bounce in place, and then you can pull it out, as opposed to just gunning it and flipping over.
Huge leap over that car stack. That was off the racing lane, mind you. He just about cleared the stadium off the racing lane. He's going back for the blue racing lane. Nosing over it there, pulls a little bit of a slap wheelie out of it.
Adrian's doing what's known as the brake check, where a driver will stop the wheels in midair to try and get that truck to settle and land the way he wants it. And you see a lot of drivers have done that tonight with this track, kind of sending you in ways that you might not be expecting, and tapping the brakes is a good idea to keep it under control. He's going to close it out with some donuts there for a nice freestyle.
It was a great freestyle.
Very clean run there for Adrian. I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough to take the lead because of, I mean, as great as it was, it kind of, you know, with those wow factors, everything's going to pale in comparison to that. But, I mean, the truck didn't roll over, had it in great shape. It's going to be a 24, so I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of here.
Definitely not. 24 is a great score. Here comes Jaden Green and Medusa. And he's starting off
nice.
Big! Huge
Jaden
air
having
over
one of
that
the
bus.
racing nights of his life, and he's looking to capitalize on that momentum here in freestyle. You know, try and get some points. You're really trying to desperately get into the World Finals here because there's not many more events left, so you really need to sell everything but the kitchen sink here in freestyle if you want to get a great score and maybe get into the World Finals. And he's heading right for the camper.
Yeah, the thing about this season that you've noticed is that consistency has been the key for a lot of these drivers. You know, a lot of guys like Danny Walker or, you know, Alex Frula, they haven't really won a whole lot, but they've managed to stay in the top 8 just from being here and being at a relatively high level. Whether or not it's the level they want to be at is you know, up for debate. Look out here,
Oh,
guys.
man!
But with someone like Jaden Green, now you really have to throw down because now there's no room for
man.
consistency. There's no room for things like that, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, and he heads right into the dumpster.
Uh-oh.
Bit of a side slap
he's going
there.
over.
I don't think he's pulling that one back.
Oh,
Oh, man! I spoke too
Gravity.
soon right there.
Gravity works different here in Europe, apparently, because these trucks are getting out of situations I've never seen them get out of. I think it's a flat tire, though. He does. Flat
Yeah,
tire.
definitely flat tire right there. That's going to hurt the run. Definitely. But Jaden's
Whoa.
definitely skilled enough to continue with it. Wheeling down that FMX hill right there.
Tire's not losing too much air, though. I saw it was kind of going down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it should hurt the run too terribly much, actually.
Yeah, Jaden's had a litany of tough bounces in this run, but he's able to get out of them, and that's what is the key here to getting a good score, because he's only 15 seconds short of filling time right now.
Yeah, the problem is he burned up a lot of time kind of fumbling around, hitting that dumpster and getting close to the wall. I mean, he's got a great run here. It's not going to be taking the lead, though, even though it had that great roll save. The question is, I mean, where's he going to go here in this final move? Uh-oh.
Nice
That was
wheelie
sweet.
over
That's
that.
always
Oh,
over.
man! He's gonna bring it back again.
That counts. That counts, by the way.
That'll count for time. That'll count. That'll be scored by the judge. Or the judges. Look at this huge air to start.
We got a myriad of highlights here. This run was controlled chaos, I should say, because, you know, he had 2 really good saves, some really tough hits, but he was able to get out of them, and then he ended up in the wall a couple of times, but it didn't affect him. He was able to fill the clock, and that's all that matters.
Then look at this save right here. He was over. Had the presence of mind to grab the throttle, and it's going to be a 26.
He goes into third. He goes into third place with that.
Here comes Vincent Ackert, an American Guardian, out of Phoenix, Arizona. Longtime veteran of Rings of Rods. And he's starting out
Whoa.
pretty big. We haven't
Oh,
seen
look
anyone
at
start
this.
like that, though. What a wheelie!
You know, Vincent fittingly coming out like a ball of fire, considering that the back of this American Guardian truck can shoot flames out the back. We'll see if he's able to do that in his freestyle run here at any point.
Whoa.
Whoa! A
Big
little bit of
risk
a
there.
cyclone started right there.
Well, Vincent has a really remarkable amount of control over this truck at all times. I mean, he's really on the ragged edge. We saw some with Tyler Richmond where he's just constantly hitting things kind of at a strange angle to get the truck to just go into all kinds of different directions. And that's what Vincent usually does most of the time. We saw it last time in Miami. We've seen it before. I mean, the question is, I mean, can he make this thing do things we've never seen before?
You know, kind of gliding over that racing lane in a wheelie there, something we haven't really seen tonight, and he bounces him onto the front wheels, and he's able to keep it
Oh,
under
what a
control.
wheelie! That truck is set up for slap wheels, I'll tell you that much. I've seen some of the best wheelies, if not the best wheelies.
About 30 seconds left, wheeling on
this.
top of the FMX ramp.
He's
Oh,
falling
man.
backwards and he pulls it back into a wheelie. There you go.
Trevor Amos find a new stunt after that one.
You know, that's one of the moves of the nights tonight. Knew he probably wasn't going to be able to wheelie all the way over the ramp,
Oh,
so
look
he just
out, look
reverses
out.
off, and that's
Pulls
a
it
nice little
back.
save there.
And on 2 wheels.
Getting it settled back.
Nice
Another
wheelie.
wheelie. This thing's a wheelie machine, like I said.
He's got to finish big here. He's got a shot. He's got a
The
shot.
question is, will it be
Whoa,
enough? Oh,
nice.
look out! Brings
One
it
more
back
move's gonna
again.
count. One more move and he's going over. He's going over.
That's going over.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Tries to get the save, but it's going to end up on the roof. And I guess Vinny wouldn't have it any other way. You know, time's filled. Why not dump it? Give these fans another show by rolling it over.
And these fans here in Holland are roaring. That was an awesome run. They loved it. Look at that wheelie off the start right there. That was fantastic. Looks like he tried to go for it again. Doesn't quite get the speed he wants for it. Kind of pirouettes almost. As the presence of mind looked like to almost get into reverse and brings it back. And then here's where it all ended. Final hit. Might as well dump it.
Yeah, I mean, oh, he's going to tie.
It's going to tie the lead.
He's going to tie. And it's a direct tie, too, a 10-10 and a 9. So, unless someone gets a 30, we're going to have a tiebreaker decision here. Maybe a cheer-off here in Arna. But here, Austin Dahlgren, we've talked to people who kind of struggled a bit. He wants to put on a really good freestyle here because, you know, in Tampa he went over a little too early. Miami went over a little too early. He wants to come out here and put out a great run. And he's the only Dodge here. He might as well be the one who's going to be good.
Yeah, representing his manufacturer and Travis Pastrana, he's lived a semi-charmed life this season. When he's able to fill time, he does usually get a good score. But the problem is he's not always able to fill time. Let's see if he can do it here in Arnhem.
It'd be the first time, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, he's, like everybody else, only 1 point to work with. So that's the big decider here. Is, I mean, how are you able to match up to the other guys who, I mean, even in a tiebreaker situation, they're going to have a tough time deciding who wins.
Yeah, you're really going to need to capture all the disciplines here if you're going to get a perfect score, because we've basically seen every wow moment you can possibly do tonight. But if you can really think of something that the judges have not seen, I think somebody can maybe get a perfect 30. We've already seen one this season.
There we go, going back for the reverser. Doesn't quite get the air we saw from it out of Gravedigger. Kind of got caught up on the camper as well, got out of it. Nice kind of like sideways launch off that bus right there. Austin having a great run.
He's paying attention to these guys because he's hitting. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, man!
He's getting these big
That's some
he's
air.
Going he's going over.
That's barrel roll. That's going over.
You know, that's a violent wreck. He took the risk with the huge air, but didn't quite get the reward as it bit him on the landing.
I was going to say, he's been paying attention to these guys hitting these jumps crossed up. He didn't pay attention to Gravedigger, apparently, because they rolled over the exact same way. But hey, it was a great freestyle while it lasted. I think the judges are going to reward him here, but I don't think it's going to be rewarded with a lead.
Yeah, he had a good run. Didn't quite fill the time, but he came pretty darn close to doing it. He had some great air in this run, and a lot of different hits. We had seen the reverse a couple of times, but he definitely did pull it out really well over that camper. And that's going to be a 25.
Tyler May, your runner-up in racing here, who's done a good job proving himself this season. But, I mean, he would love to get a win. If anything, he's been in this game for a long, long time. Wants to really put this truck to the test and show what he can do with it. And, I mean, a freestyle win would be probably one of the best ways to do that.
And he's starting out big with a giant tail dragon wheelie across the floor into some huge air off the bus. A little cross up on that camper, but he got out of it.
You know, Tyler's one of the more inventive guys in the field. He'll come up with a move that nobody's really seen before, and he's going to wow these judges with something that they probably haven't seen tonight. The question is, will it be enough to take the lead?
Only got 1 point to work with, like everybody else, and that's another great wheelie. It's been kind of a theme tonight. We've seen a lot of great slap wheelies.
Yeah, a lot of them tail dragging. I love these tail dragging wheelies where you can just really put it on the wheelie bar and glide all the way down the field.
There we go. Look at this.
Oh, look out. Cross run up onto the bus. There we go. There's that sort of inventive move that Adrian was just talking about.
Yeah, he got a little caught up there. And most drivers with the without the experience that Tyler May has would simply just back off of that ramp. But Tyler May, he's got one solution to being in a situation like that. It's when in doubt, throttle out, and that's what he did there.
Well, these trucks have big wheels, so you might as well be able to climb over some big obstacles like that. Well, look at this here.
Whoa, tail whipping it.
He does.
Pulls it into a wheelie just for good
Nice.
measure. There we go.
One of the few people here tonight who can make that cross thread and pull it out in the end. Look at
Oh,
this.
look out! Stopping onto that bus, pulls it down.
That was beautiful. Going cross thread over the dirt hill. In trouble. He's in trouble.
He's gonna bring it back.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
he will. What a save to end the time.
You know, for most of that run, we hadn't really seen any wow factors, but then those last few 20 seconds, he really got up onto the front two wheels, was able to pull it out of these like tricky situations there like we saw on the bus, and then subsequently the FMX ramp. And here's that bus save I was talking about. Just really taps the brakes when that left front is on the bus and just pulls out of it. That was really nice.
I like this too here. I mean, this is the braking power of a monster truck. I thought it was over here. Just give it a little bit of throttle, kind of dance it on the front two wheels exactly the same way. And he's going to move into third place, I suppose, with a 27.
Yeah, very nice score. Not quite enough for the lead. You're going to need to throw down a special run to take the lead. And here's a special driver who's capable of doing it. Trevor Amos, you're racing one of the only guy in the field tonight who can double down.
Getting a little crossed up off the start that FMXO, but had probably the best we've seen all night distance-wise. Going right for that car stack. We've seen a lot of people also been starting out with that camper. There's going around it.
Uh-oh.
Whoa,
Nice.
man.
Well, Trevor's big thing is he usually does a wild cross thread, and it can be feast or famine here for the points leader here in the series.
Oh, wow. Gets it off the wall.
I mean, he could have scraped a fly off that wall and not touched it.
You know, Trevor keeping up, in my opinion, the best momentum we've seen all night. Everything is just move to move from Trevor Amos. Really looking for some great air. He had some great air there that came close to the wall, and he's really having a good run here.
He's halfway through the run, though. He's really got to turn things up here. Because, I mean, with those other runs that were in the lead, they were spectacular all throughout. So unless he's got something really special planned here, which we've seen out of him before, I don't know if he's going to get the win here.
You know, Trevor really looking to capture lightning in a bottle here.
Whoa!
Whoa, man. There's that wild cross thread that you were talking about. Oh, he's in trouble.
Going over. Can he save it? No, he's over.
Nope, that's it.
A violent wreck is going to bite him. You know, he had the great sky wheelie. We've seen cross threads on that ramp, but we haven't seen a cross thread like that. He hit it directly from the side, got a huge sky wheelie. Unfortunately, the landing on the car just bit him as he was pulling out of it, but really good run with what was there, but I don't see how it's enough to take the win, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Trevor Amos is that he'll always give 110%, and I think that he just kind of got tripped up here to not expect that car to bite him the way it did. And unfortunately just kind of got in a bad situation here. Went rough and tumble here, and I like you said, I don't think it's going to take the win.
It'll definitely put up a good score, though.
No, it will not.
It's a 25, never mind. 25's not bad.
It was a good score, but hey, look at this. El Toro Loco decided by the fans as the freestyle winner here in Arnhem, which gives Trevor Michalesco his very first win here in the long game this season, so that's very good for him. No shame to anybody else out here who really threw down. We see Obsession still the points leader, with everyone else trailing behind going to the World Finals. What do you guys think about this show?
That was a great show.
Trevor still remains in 8th place, but he really is going to try to come close to cutting into the lead here that Trevor has and these drivers in 1 through 7 have. And I think this win here in freestyle is a good momentum setter for Trevor.
And we'll see how things close up going to the World Finals. As far away as they might seem, all roads lead to Las Vegas, the official destination of the Long Game World Finals 2. And if it's anything like this show we've seen here tonight, we hope to see every single one of you there for that event. Congratulations to Trevor Amos for once again picking up the racing victory in what will be the closest race of this season in Arnhem against Tyler May, as well as Trevor Michalesco picking up the freestyle victory. If you want to follow us, go to simmonsters.com, the official sponsor of the Long Game. And if you want to contact us directly, go to our Discord server and subscribe to this channel for more TLG content. I'm Jack, and we'll see you next time.